So the repair project is coming along nicely. I've put 2 coats of fiberglass on there, and I just a few moments ago hit this with actually a metal file and then some 80 grit sandpaper, just kind of getting it down to a rough form right now. I am going to put probably 1 to 2, probably 2 more coats of fiberglass on there. As you can see, there's still some small areas that I do need to fill in, but it's progressing nicely. I'm happy with the way it's coming out. I think the end product is going to be pretty good. So next step, another coat of resin. So it is time for primer. I've got everything taped off that I wanted to tape. Windshield protected, the nose protected with some plastic, and kind of scuffed everything up a little bit with some very fine sandpaper, and then taped off the areas that I thought might get some overspray. And this is now ready to paint. I'm going to do 2 coats of primer and 2 to 3 coats of the green, depending on how it comes out. All right, here we go. Here we are. I've put 3 coats. I decided to go with 3 coats of primer on here, and I'm pretty happy with the way it's come out. In between each coat, I've gone with a really fine sandpaper, like a 220 sanding block that I got, and just kind of went over the whole thing. And this is a quick drying primer, so I was able to do it 1 to 2 hours in between coats. And I'm really happy the way this has come out. It's nice and solid. It won't win any beauty contests, but the rust has stopped and it won't come back. So I'm really happy with this. Tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my first coat of green paint in the morning, and then wait for a couple hours, and I'll probably do 3 coats of that and see where we're at tomorrow afternoon, and then I'll video again. So the progress has taken me to this point right here. I've pulled off all the tape, all the plastic, all the paper, everything protecting the rest of the bus. I've got 3 coats of green paint on there. I've got 1 coat of clear coat that I put on top just to kind of protect the paint. The paint that I have on here is a little bit darker than the rest of the van, but the important thing is I've addressed the rust issue. It's nice and solid. If you come up here, you can see that I have a really nice coat of everything on here, and I think it's gonna do the trick. It's gonna hold up for many years to come. It's now ready for the new windshield, or the old windshield, with a new seal replaced. So that's what we're going to be working on next, and hopefully I'll be able to get a couple shots of that. Here is a close-up view of the windshield, the finished product of the windshield channel, where the seal will go to, holding the new glass or the old reused glass in place. As you can see, it's got a couple of discrepancies where maybe the fiberglass didn't get sanded down all the way, but structurally it's very sound. The rust issue has been addressed, and I think the seal will fit nicely onto the finished work here. So we've wrapped up the project. Just wanted to go over a couple of things. We got the windshield in, and it's definitely a job that I would suggest finding a professional for. It took my daughter and I 2 hours to do it, and it was very unpleasant. My hands are sore, it was frustrating, I was sweating. Definitely, if you have someone that can do this, I would definitely suggest having it done by a professional. It was very difficult. That was the hardest part of the whole job. Other than that, everything I think came out really well. Total cost of the project, I believe, with all the paint, pour 15, sanding blocks, cost of the new windshield seal, everything was probably around $100. In terms of time that it took me, it's quite a bit of time. I think in between 10 to 15 hours, probably closer to 15 hours after everything was said and done. Like I said, I'm happy with the end result. I think it came out well. I'm going to do a close-up in just a moment so you can see it. But hopefully that was helpful for you, and you might be able to get some ideas from me and help you with your repairs on your Volkswagen bus. Mahalo for watching. And last but not least, just a close-up of the finished product here. I think the windshield seal is still kind of seating. There's a couple of spots where it's lifting up a little bit, but it's laying down in most of the areas. But it was definitely a bear to get in there. Okay, aloha and mahalo again.